Hello and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing the daily reading for Monday, August 9th, 2021. And today is a day that is ruled by the crown chakra and guided by timelessness. And the galactic signature that we're working with today is the white self-existing mirror energy. And we did have the pinnacle of the 8-8 portal yesterday. However, we are still very much within the energies of the 8-8 portal. Feeling this, people traditionally say until the 12th. I'm feeling it right through that next full moon in Aquarius on the 22nd. So just feel into that, resonate with it how you will. But we are absolutely still experiencing those energies. And I did do a live. It was a meditation and some downloads and releases, and so that is available if you guys want to check that out. It should be now uploaded under the lives playlists for anyone who is interested in the Lionsgate meditation and activation. But we're receiving activations consistently throughout this time. A lot of them are happening beyond the level of our consciousness, and so it's just a natural organic process. We're receiving initiations, we're receiving awareness. There's so much going on. There is a Lionsgate video that I did as well, so if you guys want to check that out, that is under the Portals and Gateways playlist. I definitely recommend that because just a lot of powerful energies that we are still working with. And with this white self-existing mirror energy today, we're really working with the energy of truth. Things are continuing to be brought into our awareness and revealed to us. When we utilize the energy of the white mirror, we're utilizing that energy of reflection. We're understanding that everything that we see in our reality is a reflection of our own perception, because that perception creates our reality. And so today we may be confronted with things in our reality that are of our own creation. And remember, this Lionsgate energy is all about creation and stepping into our power as co-creators. And so becoming aware of our creations is a really important step in that process, because that shows us where our thoughts are at, where our vibrations at, how in alignment we truly are with what it is that we really desire. And we then have the opportunity to shift whatever is not to our liking within our awareness. But first, it's building that awareness and the acceptance of what is. So we're really being shown what is today. We're being shown how our inner reality is reflecting and creating our outer reality. Today's also a day where we want to hold in mind the understanding that we all have different truths. We all operate with a different perception, which creates a different reality for us. And so understanding that everybody else's truth is just as valid as our own truth is another really important thing to take into consideration and keep in mind today. And to understand that it is our varied perceptions that create this multiverse and the rich, the bounteous expressions of reality, which is really, really beautiful and is exactly as Source wanted it, desired it, and needed it in order to express itself or experience itself through so many different facets, through so many different experiences and eyes. And so it's honoring other people's truth, honoring other people's perceptions, and allowing them to have their own process of awakening around their own perceptions. Today's very much that kind of an energy of loving people where they're at, not where we want them to be. But it's also the understanding that if we are not in alignment, if my truth and your truth are not in alignment, and it comes to the point where that energy is affecting me in a way that is counterproductive to what it is that I'm trying to create, what it is that I am trying to realize, then there is, like, we can respect another's truth without having to be sucked into it. We can appreciate their experience of reality without having to join them in that reality. So it's also knowing and understanding that as we move through today. And some of us may be noticing how it is that we have perhaps gotten pulled or sucked into another person's reality. And where we may have found ourselves taking on some of their own perceptions. And where it is that we can sort of detach or detangle ourselves from that if that is not beneficial for us. So a lot of different energies that we are working with today with this white mirror energy. Seeing truth, seeing through illusion. That is the greatest part of this energy, and such a powerful and important part in this process of both creating that vision, right? With the blue magnetic eagle wave spell that we're in, with this Lionsgate portal energy. It's an essential part of that process. The unraveling of this, the understanding of our perception. This self-existing tone is all about getting the facts, right? The who, how, what, where, when, and why. That's what tone 4 is all about. And so we're being shown those facts today. We're being shown the answers to these questions so that we can then begin to create a structure for ourselves, to restructure our reality as we see fit, to polish that lens, that mirror through which we see the world, so that we see with a little bit less distortion, so that we're able to view the circumstances and events in our lives with a little bit more clarity, so that we're able to view ourselves and our own truth with a little bit more clarity. The affirmations for today are: I define in order to reflect, measuring order. I seal the matrix of endlessness with the self-existing tone of form. I am guided by the power of timelessness. And the secondary affirmation is: I am Etznab, mirror. I accept your shadow sides. I give you purity and endlessness. And the guidance for today is to focus on discerning truth from illusion. Learn from the mirrors provided by other people and situations. Face your shadow and unconsciousness. Release all that does not authentically reflect you. Reflect the light of the spiritual warrior. And so this is really, really important too, because it's all about facing our own shadow and our own consciousness. And so we can notice other people's truths, other people's realities, and we can what's the word that I'm looking for here? We can respect those, but we don't want to be putting things on other people that don't belong to them. We want to take ownership for our own energy and our own creations, and know and understand that whoever and whatever is present in our reality is present there for a reason. We drew that in. We called that to us. We attracted or created that. And so it's really taking responsibility for that as well. And if we are finding things, if things are coming up that are making us uncomfortable, that we're not 100% down with, we want to, what's the word? How do I want to say this? We don't want to play the victim. We want to take ownership for everything that we're experiencing, essentially. I guess that's really all that needs to be said. We want to understand our shadow is being reflected to us, possibly. Aspects of ourselves are being reflected to us. So always looking at that and understanding that, and trying to understand what each person and situation is teaching us about ourselves. If there's somebody who holds a different truth, who has a different reality that they're experiencing, why have we drawn their experience into our experience, their perspective? What is that teaching us about ourselves? Today's a day where we're learning about the deeper aspects of ourselves, what's really going in deep within us, going on deep within us, rather. Sorry, you guys, I'm still recovering from from my trip to the dark side, I guess you might say. I talked about on the Lionsgate portal video a little bit yesterday how I sort of went back into some old timelines in order to clear those energies completely. And so it was a really powerful reset for me. It was a really powerful releasing and ending of a what's the word that I want to use? This is, you guys, maybe you hear me saying this a lot. You may be hearing me say this a lot more in the next few days, as I think about how I want to say this. An aspect of the old self that was ready to completely die so that I could be reborn. But yeah, it's there's a process now, sort of recuperating from that energy. So I appreciate you all for bearing with me. And we are going to read, of course, about the White Mirror from the Astro Dream Advisor. White Mirror represents the Hall of Mirrors, where you can face your own reflection and see the truth about yourself. As a mirror, White Mirror merely... wow, this is a mouthful here. As a mirror, White Mirror merely reflects what is, whether truth, beauty, or illusion. Here you can face unfinished business, the dissonance of difficulties, or charged issues that would keep you from the full expression of your divinity. Become aware of any illusions or distortions within yourself. Your clarity of perception will transform them. Take a moment to see yourself as you actually are, shadow and all, freed from the maze of mental illusion. Sometimes you may find yourself reacting rather than freely responding to a situation or person. If you have charged reactions such as frustration, anger, fear, judgment, or jealousy, look at how you might be projecting these issues onto someone else. And that's sort of also part of what I was trying to say with that little last piece there. The world is the mirror for you to truly see. Any strong reaction to a person or event signals an issue to work on in yourself. Be willing to examine and utilize what you see in your mirrors in order to transform dysfunctional belief systems, negative thought forms, and fixed patterns. In the Hall of Mirrors, there is no good or bad, no right or wrong. There is only the reflection of what is. As you learn to see yourself, you begin to see your emotional reactions as signs indicating where to focus your awareness for growth. On this quest, come prepared to face White Mirror's sword of truth and purification. The wisdom of this sword penetrates, exposes, and ultimately heals your illusions. Discrimination tempered with love cleanly cuts away everything that does not serve your evolution. To the Maya, White Mirror is the flint that hones your sword. The greatest gift of the sword is its power of forgiveness. A profound freedom emerges from forgiveness, the releasing of the illusion of cause and effect. Use the great gifts offered in this blade of truth and light to forgive and release anything you may judge or see as imperfect. You are already an enlightened being. The color for White Mirror is reflective silver. Silver symbolizes the lunar intelligence of intuition and receptiveness, the mirrored illusions of duality and multiplicity. In the larger pattern, all things are reflections of the greater reality. Silver offers a glimpse of the great mystery, the reflection of things as they really are. To access the qualities and teachings of White Mirror, utilize silver. And we do have the moon sort of piggybacking off of that energy there, making some aspects today. So we have the moon, who of course was in alignment yesterday with the sun for that powerful new moon in Leo. And now the moon has moved on. Earlier this morning, it was in a conjunction with Mercury, and it's moving toward a conjunction with Mars here. And I'm actually just going to take a peek for a second. Yeah, so throughout the day, it's going to be transitioning from this conjunction with Mercury to a conjunction with Mars, and then continuing on tomorrow. So this is really bringing us a level of understanding, emotional understanding, emotional clarity. And then as the moon continues to move past Mercury, really bringing that emotional clarity, the mental and emotional lining up, having some realizations possibly. The moon then makes a conjunction with Mars. And so this is really, sometimes with the moon and Mars, it can be a bit of a tumultuous energy and emotionally reactive energy. And we may experience that. But for a lot of us, I'm feeling this more as really getting our emotional energies synchronized with our purpose. Feeling that sense of empowerment, emotional empowerment, as we are really able to allow everything that we've learned to motivate us. We're able to put things together, and we're able to gain a certain deeper level of resolve as far as how we want to use our energy moving forward, which is a really beautiful and powerful energy to have assisting us as we continue to move through this 8-8 portal, having finished, like we said, the pinnacle of that energy yesterday. So that brings a really great amount of focus to us, especially in the sign of Virgo, which I see as incredibly beneficial. Yeah. That's really all I want to talk about here. I mean, we have Mercury in an opposition to Jupiter. So there is that energy going on as well. Mercury in opposition to Jupiter here is really, once again, when we look at Jupiter as our sense of faith, right? As our belief, as our power and our ability to expand. In retrograde, it's that internal process of all of that as we reevaluate. We reevaluate our faith, we reevaluate our beliefs, and all of those energies. If you guys want more on the retrogrades, there is a retrograde season video that I put out, and that is in the Astrological Ascension Energies playlist. But with this opposition here, That's where we have probably more coming to light today, as we will continue to do, surrounding where it is that we have mental patterns and belief systems that are limiting our ability to expand, where it is that our faith is still being possibly called into question, where it is that our mind, our mental processes are a little bit at odds with that blind faith and trust. So we're being asked, once again, that's just another example of us being asked to step more deeply into trust. And also for many, an opportunity to express the beliefs that are coming into our reality, to express this deeper understanding of ourselves, whether it's out through personal expression and creation and art, whether it's to a certain person or individual or a group of individuals, wherever it is that we're finding ourselves drawn and called to that expression today. And I'm feeling drawn to the Lemurian, or the Beyond Lemuria clear oracle. So we're going to pull some cards from this to get us started for the reading portion today. What guidance do we have for today? Monday. I almost said May 9th. August 9th. What guidance do we have? So we have water coming out, the overflow. And then we also have manifestia coming out. So this is powerful energy, right? This 8-8 portal is a major manifesting energy. As we said, that we are still in, coming off that new moon in Leo, which is only supercharging that energy. So this is really a time where this manifesting energy, this creation energy, is literally overflowing. There is so much of it to tap into. And so today we're being asked to continue to tap into and remember that we can create so powerfully right now. Notice the attention being drawn to the heart center here. Manifesting from the heart, creating from the heart, and really utilizing our emotions in that process. Some people may want to check out, like I said, the 8-8 portal live that I did yesterday, because we did a really powerful manifesting meditation during that. That was what the bulk of the live was that meditation, that activation and manifesting meditation. And it's so much about feeling into the energy. We're understanding the key role that our emotions play in our manifesting process. And so in this way, we're also noticing what is our general emotional state, right? Because our emotional state is helping to create our vibration, and that is manifesting our reality. So we want to be really aware of our emotional state. And this may be something for people, especially with the moon so active today. This may be something that is coming into our awareness, is our emotional state. What affects our emotional state? If we are, sort of like that reading said, finding ourselves being reactive, what is that about? Because that is supercharging our vibration, and that is creating everything around us, right? That's creating our version of reality. So how can we come to a more harmonious mental or emotional state? How is it that we can release? Because there's a difference between allowing ourselves to get stuck in our emotions and releasing our emotions. We have to feel our emotions to do both. But with one, we're feeling it without attachment. We're surrendering into it, allowing it to overwhelm us, and then allowing it to move through us. Right? That's when we're releasing emotion. When we allow ourselves to get stuck in emotion, that's when we become attached to what we're feeling. And we allow the mind to come in. And sort of, I'm seeing it as kind of like if you're standing in the middle of a dusty road and you start spinning in circles, stomping your feet, and there's dust all through the air because you're kicking it up. Right? So that's sort of the process of when the mind gets going and becomes involved in the emotional process. And that's when those energies start getting stuck. It's when we try to analyze what we're feeling. when we allow the mind to take us in a million directions with it, when we allow these attachments to form to what we're feeling. We don't want to do that. See how, and this is similar to when I talk about, like, you're holding the sand in your hands and you're allowing the grains to flow through your fingers. See how she's allowing the water to flow through her fingers? She's not attached to it. She knows that there's more. Right? So this is also about abundance, and this is about understanding that there's enough abundance to go around. There's enough creation energy. It's unlimited. And so she doesn't have to hold on. It's just all pouring through her. Yeah, and this is also a reminder, right, that we give from the overflow. Her cup is overflowing and she's sharing that excess with the world. She's not sharing from an empty cup. She is filling herself first. And she is so full that now that love is just naturally spilling over to everyone and everything. Anything else here? We have life force energy and furred and feathered friends coming out. So today is a day where we want to be mindful of our life force energy. We want to be paying attention to how this energy is being supported or depleted. And I put out a video the other day, if you guys haven't watched it yet, about managing your energy and your vibration, shielding your energy and your vibration, all of that, how we can support our energy and vibration. So really paying attention to that today. And this is just super cute. It's like, enjoy your pets today. Play with your pets, cuddle with your pets, allow them to give you love and support. Allow them to share their perspective and their life force energy with you, and vice versa too. We can get so recharged from animals because their life force energy is so pure. Right? They don't have this monkey mind that we do. And it's funny we call it the monkey mind, because I don't think monkeys even have the monkey mind like humans do. Right? Their brain isn't always getting involved in the process and overcomplicating everything. Right? Their life force energy is pure. So really connecting with animals. I'm also feeling for people, power animals today. Pay attention to the animals showing themselves to you in your reality. And call upon and invoke the energy of certain animals if you're needing assistance in a situation. Yeah. And then we had the third eye chakra on the bottom of the deck earlier. Now we have loving compassion. So really working with that heart energy today. Remember this Leo season energy, this 8/8 portal energy is very much about that heart chakra, the healing, the opening of that heart chakra. And I'm feeling like people are just receiving. Be open to receiving upgrades in your life force energy today. Because I feel like those may be upgrades that are coming in for people. We're going to pull from the animal spirit deck just a couple cards here. Clear. Just because this animal energy is coming out. And so what power animals want to assist people today? What power animals want to assist people today? This is also about reclaiming our life force energy. Anywhere where we've been giving that away. Noticing where we give away our life force, where we give away our energy. If we are giving away too much of our life force energy, that is when we end up in a place of lack, when we're giving from an empty cup. And we don't want to be doing that. All right. Okay. So the starfish spirit wants to come out today. Interesting. I've never seen this one before. And this is all about being open to infinite possibility. Remember, all possibilities are possible. When we are manifesting, when we are creating, when we are in flow, right? And because there is a lot of abundance coming in for people, or wanting to come in for people. The water with the manifest card to me is all about abundance and emotional fulfillment, emotional abundance above all else. And when we are spiritually and emotionally abundant, we become abundant on every level, including the physical, right? But this is just saying there are so many more possibilities and potentials than what we've even realized. So the starfish spirit is coming through today, offering its energy in order to assist us in becoming open to those infinite possibilities, in believing in the impossible, knowing that nothing is impossible. That there are way more possibilities for situations than what you may realize or see. Right? And that's why when we manifest, we always say this or something better. I saw, what was it? I saw and shared on my Instagram earlier a quote, and it said something like, if the universe is making you wait, it's because there's something way better in store for you than what you asked for, is essentially paraphrasing it. So I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that energy coming in for some people too. Like there are way more possibilities than what you could have imagined. So just know that. And be open to those possibilities. Be open to things. Be open to things happening and working out in ways that you hadn't intended or imagined. Be open to... It's sort of like, I feel like somebody's decided, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. This is what I need. This is what's going to make me happy. And the universe has something amazing for you. But you're not necessarily open to it right now because you already have this set idea of how your life is going to go. And so the universe is saying, starfish is coming in and saying, open up your eyes. Open up to the possibilities. Open up to the gifts that you didn't even know you wanted or were ready to receive. And then we have flamingo spirit coming through. Embrace the in-between. So for those of us who are in that in-between stage, right? We are in the cocoon. We're no longer the caterpillar, but we aren't quite yet the butterfly. Embrace that limbo. Embrace that void. Embrace that stage in between stages. Because there's still much to be learned here. There's still much growth that is available. That's kind of where all the growth happens, really, right? Because once the caterpillar becomes the butterfly, it's a butterfly. When it's a caterpillar, it's a caterpillar. When it's in between, that's when the metamorphosis is occurring. That's when all the change is happening. So if you feel like you're suspended in that place right now, not who you were, but not yet who you're becoming. Your life is in that state of transition. You are in that state of transition. Just know that this is the growth. This is everything that's happening right now is preparing you for what you asked for. You are becoming what you asked for. This is like the becoming. So embrace that. Embrace this leg, this phase of the journey. Get comfortable in the uncomfortable, comfortable in the unknown, like we talk about all the time. And if you need assistance with that, call upon flamingo spirit. Or I guess I would say butterfly spirit too, since that butterfly has been coming up. Oh, we do have moth spirit on the bottom of the deck. So the butterfly of the night, right? Which is all about surrender. And then we had a few more that spilled out here. So we have the panther spirit, reclaiming your power. Panther's coming through to offer that assistance to people today. When we talked about giving away your life force energy, reclaiming your life force energy, if that's something that you are working on right now, the panther spirit wants to be your guide. If you are doing shadow work right now, call upon the panther. He can help you walk between those worlds. He can help you navigate the unconscious, navigate the lower world. Then we have the brown bear spirit coming through. Take time out. Right? The hibernation, that's what's coming to mind right now. Typically the bear hibernates in winter. But the bear is saying you can hibernate anytime you want. If you need to become the hermit for a day or two, allow yourself to become the hermit for a day or two. It's okay. Take time out, take time away. Take that time to consider if you're trying to make a decision right now. It's okay to take that time to consider. The brown bear, I feel like, also wants to remind us of our power, of our empowerment, much like the panther. But he wants to remind you, and of course this makes sense with the turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. The bear and the turtle, I feel, working together here. They're reminding you that you can take things slow. You don't have to move fast. Don't allow anyone or anything to pressure you into thinking that you do. And they're also reminding you that, like, it's not a race. As far as your personal growth, as far as your soul evolution goes, it's not a race. And I think that especially when we're in this big portal energy, right? Many people are expecting so much from these portals. They want this total transformation overnight. And for some, that may happen. For many of us, it is a slow and steady process. Growth is a slow and steady process. And that's okay. It's okay to pace ourselves. It's okay to allow ourselves to move at the pace that we're moving. And not to compare our pace to other people's. Yeah. And then we have the badger spirit, be fearless and bold. So for some people, there is an energy here. If you are feeling, and this is card 4 and the panther was 44, so we got the 444 energy there too. The bear with the 9. If there is an aspect or an area of your life right now where you are trying to call upon that courage, you are needing and desiring that courage in order to move forward, and you need a little extra boldness, call upon the badger. The badger energy wants to work with you today. And if you are having difficulty surrendering and letting go, call upon the moth. We give so much attention to the butterfly, right? And not nearly as much to the moth. But the moth is also a powerful symbol of transformation. But the moth it's sort of like the butterfly is our light side and the moth is the shadow side in some respects. But remember, in order to fully stand in our light, we must claim all aspects of our shadow. So that's also making me think of shadow work with the moth coming up. Whatever it is that we're holding on to, that we know we need to let go, the moth spirit wants to come and assist you in that process of releasing it. So call upon and invoke that energy. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you so very, very much. I hope that you have an amazing day. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Drop a comment down below if you like. There are links to donate if you feel so moved to do so in the description box below, as well as my email with the list of the different services that I offer. Do not hesitate to contact me if you want to do some one-on-one work. I love you. You are beautiful. You are so amazing and incredible, and I hope you have a day that is just as amazing and incredible as you are.